Hi Capricorn, welcome to your November general love reading. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Capricorn. This will not resonate with every Capricorn that watches this message, and because this reading is general, not every single message may be for you, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else who needs to hear that message. And if this reading's not for you at all, Capricorn, I highly suggest checking out your other signs and different placements. Hi, cross watchers. You're very welcome here if you're interested in a Capricorn. Who wouldn't be? I'd like to remind Capricorn and cross watchers that energy is fluid. And this simply means you may feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you feel the roles are flipped or reversed, and that's completely okay. You're more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. All right, Capricorn, let's jump right on into your reading. I'm first going to clear and set the energy for your reading. So if you are listening to this using headphones or the volume is kind of loud right now, I do suggest turning it down a little bit just for this part because I don't want your ears to hurt. So let's tune in to Capricorn. All right. So let's see what's happening for my Capricorns in love and romance at this time in November. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, anyone dealing with the Capricorn. What is the energy in Capricorn's love life? Romantic feelings. Okay, your feelings are real and worth exploring. So Capricorn, this is someone I'm picking up on that you do have a crush on, that you are interested in. And the thing about this card here is that I feel those interests, those feelings of curiosity, of excitement, of passion, of desire are reciprocated here. This is someone that wants to explore their feelings with you. So I don't know if some of you guys have been wondering by their text messages, by their calls, what are they up to? I mean, right now they're worth exploring. They're ready to kind of see where this can go. I definitely feel like you guys are going to be asked out on a date by this person for this weekend, this upcoming week. I'm hearing happy hour for someone. May resonate, doesn't have to. But I'm feeling, Capricorn, that some of you are kind of wondering if this is worth the shot to explore. And I say absolutely. Someone that is capturing your interest, someone that you're thinking about, daydreaming about, is someone that is worthwhile here. Spirit is sending you those visions, those daydreams to show you the potential of what can happen between the two of you. There is someone that loves kissing on your neck or wants to kiss on your neck. They're good kissers. I don't know if you know that already or you're going to figure that out this month. But yeah, you know, for some of you who are wondering if they'll still want me if you take it slow, I feel that they're curious enough to see where it goes. If they try to rush you, if they try to pressure you, no, let's let that already out of your space so you don't have to deal with it. But I think they've definitely been sending you very flirtatious text messages, or will, as November goes on. I'm seeing winking emojis. They're very playful with their text messages, but they're flirty and they're seductive. And I think they're trying to, you know, like a peacock, show their feathers to impress you right now. Let's go ahead and pull some more cards here. The letter C is sticking out to me. As in Chris, as in Christina, first, middle, last initial, can mean something to someone. Tell me more about the energy surrounding Capricorn right now. I just heard cancers too for someone. Someone could be dealing with a cancer, or you could have cancer in your chart. Ooh, the moon card, confront. Interesting card to pull up here. So yeah, this energy, this person is bringing out about a lot of fears. And just even looking at this imagery here in this card, you see this man kind of looking at a shadow that looks like a child or someone smaller than him. So to me, this is indicating fears are kind of coming up from past situations, similar to Aries reading, but different in a lot of ways. With the moon card, there's always feelings of intuition that's very strong here. Just, you know, yes, you could think they're really hot, cute, good looking, whatever. There's something more in depth to this that you're picking up on intuitively. And I feel that as feelings are getting more complex, there are certain situations or memories that are surfacing about what happened in the past when you felt something similar to someone else that it didn't unfold and work with. But I feel Spirit is bringing this love interest to mind, to your attention, to your energy right now in November, so you can kind of address those wounds that may still linger over love and romance, that may still constrict you into being curious about what there else is in love and romance for you. You know, just because something didn't work out in the past does not mean your love story is over, Capricorn. And I feel that for some of you, with someone trying to pursue you right now, that you're picking up on has some sort of chemistry to it, magic to it, whatever you want to call it. Some of you are afraid of it. And it doesn't mean, you know, I don't think this person is trying to marry you by tomorrow, but I think Spirit is saying, why not open yourself to this? Because I think it's going to teach you a lot about certain wounds you're still carrying that are being addressed to finally move on from and to heal from, to grow from. And I'm saying I don't feel this is anyone that's hurt you already, because this card here, what I'm paying attention to is your feelings are real and worth exploring. So this still feels like capturing the romance, being involved in the romance, getting to know the other person and developing those feelings here. I'm already just picking up on this for a few of you, not for all, but I wonder if there's a past that's haunting you from someone that you had a child with. And because you still have to, for some of you, maybe still have to keep that connection alive because both of you are raising that child, it's been kind of muddying the waters for you to kind of fully separate yourself from that, to get more involved with someone more new in your life. But Spirit is saying, Capricorn, whoever this is, whatever this is being introduced in November to you, or that is further enhancing, further evolving here, is something that is going to change you by the end of the month, is something that's mirroring to you things that are meant to be swept away, are meant to be addressed, understood, and then let go of. So you can finally experience the romance that you do deserve, Capricorn. So let's get into the tarot. Tell me more about this energy here. And for some of you, this simply is inner child wounds that may still kind of linger, revolving or involving love and romance in some way. Whether you had a bad demonstration of love and romance as a child, you know, your parents were not the best demonstration of healthy love. Maybe someone could have been raised by a single parent, and that's kind of caused a lot of conflict in your life around trust issues. Maybe that has developed because of that. Yeah. And I still see, whether this is you or the other person, someone still being a bit hesitant, fully protecting themselves. Wow, okay. So let's get right on into it. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. Cancer energy. I knew I kind of felt that energy. You or them, doesn't matter, doesn't have to be, but this is water energy. And with the Two of Cups, it's partnerships. It's reciprocated, like I said, from the romantic feelings here. And I do feel like you've been spending a lot of time with this person. Maybe you've gotten to know them the last 2 months. Beginning of 2022, I'm kind of feeling here. And it just keeps on getting deeper. You feel it. Your gut knows it. But I still feel like you haven't brought up those conversations, or they haven't brought up with you about where this can go. Are we looking to be exclusive? Because there's still a level of protection here. And if some of you are wondering why this person's being quiet, if this is all happening that you feel so strongly towards, know that's the case. But they are working on it with the Hermit here. Now, with the Two of Cups, I wonder, with the Two of Cups in the background and the Hermit currently, there is someone you have been deciding to pull away from. And if that is your case, I want to ask you, is that more out of fear? And this isn't for the people who, yes, they've shown me that they betrayed me, they would hurt me. This is not the question for you. I'm asking those people who, you know, when this happened in the past where feelings got very strong and developed and it turned out to not work in your favor, is this something you'll finally need to confront through this connection that you're trying to push away from, or maybe someone's pushing away from you again? You'll have to take how it resonates. But with the Hermit here, as you may kind of separate yourself from this, or someone may be trying to separate themselves from you, detaching so the feelings don't develop further, it's actually making someone feel a lot more alone. And if they try to push you away, Capricorn, try to ignore their feelings, it's not working. They can't stop thinking about you. And for the fact that they can't stop thinking about you is making them really reflect and introspect on the things that, am I projecting things into this connection that have nothing to do with Capricorn? And I feel with this Hermit card, there's a better understanding of someone's self through the things that may be surfacing that are making someone very afraid. But I gotta say here with this Two of Cups, you guys started on the right foot. I do feel, I don't know, there's someone who may have like a wrist tattoo, a birthmark on the wrist, or they just love holding your hand. This is just confirmation for who I'm talking about for someone here. I do feel that it's just right when those things get complicated, things get deep. That's when someone wants to retreat. That's when someone wants to run. And I feel Spirit's calling your attention to this, because I think if someone acts more out of fear than love, there may be a huge missed opportunity. So let's go right on into it. Center of this is the Hermit card. So again, Virgo energy is coming through here, but regardless of the astrological sign, there is someone who is deciding to pull it in, whether that's the engagement, that's the texting. Someone just needs a little bit of time to really decide if this is going to be something that they really want, that everything that they feel is correct. But it is creating a wall. It is creating a shell. And for someone, that is a defense mechanism that was learned through childhood. That maybe, being alone was being safer than to trust. But again, as someone is just repelling themselves from their desires, their feelings, I do think that it's not stopping the thoughts of what this connection is, of the memories of you two and your dates and your conversations and what made you feel so good about this person. Actually, it's doing the opposite. It's just growing more and more. And I think through this connection, someone is learning that they're not better off alone. And I feel with this Hermit card here, even if it's a little bit quiet right now, Capricorn, maybe you're being quiet right now, there is a moment of clarity in this stillness. And I think through the other side of this Hermit mode that someone's going through, you or them, there's going to be a decision. Or Spirit wants someone to make the decision out of love, out of light, out of being open and trying to make things work. But what's crossing this is the Five of Wands. This is Leo energy. Interesting with the Five of Wands. So what I feel with this is the inner conflict I feel that's going on within someone. There's a part of them that, is curious, is amazed, is feeling all the feels and wants to dive right on in. But then the ego says, don't choke, don't misstep. You're going to regret it. It's going to hurt you again. And with this Five of Wands challenging the situation too, I feel with whoever is being pushed away or feels like the other person is putting their guard up, it is making them a bit frustrated. It is making them a bit annoyed. Because I am getting this energy where things were, feeling great, feeling all right. But then all of a sudden, this wall started to go up. And it's frustrating for someone to understand that. They don't want to be disrespected. They don't want to be rejected. So I do feel that it may be a challenge within the connection that someone's going through right now, is the frustration or the annoyance, whether they vocalize this or they are not. Now, I gotta say, if there is someone, a third party situation that is still somewhat hindering within your energy, within your love life, or again, has to be a part of this if you do have children with them, just an outside factor, there may be jealousy that's surrounding you, Capricorn. If this is not the person you're dealing with, or if this is not you, this Five of Wands, then these may be exes of yours or theirs that are mad that you two are together and are sending bad energies your way. Maybe you're trying to stir up something so you guys cannot get along. Be aware of that if that is going on in your connection. What's crowning this is the Knight of Wands, Sagittarius energy. So I do feel it's kind of, this Knight of Wands is correlating with this romantic feelings cards here. You do with this person, when you're around them, when you guys are both in that energy of the Two of Cups, where the insecurities and the fears are not intruding in, you guys really sweep each other off your feet. You're fun to be around. You have a great time with them. Maybe they're more extroverted, where they like to go to the bars, go to friends' houses, go to events that are happening around the town and want to invite you. This person has a thirst for life, an excitement for life, adventure for life that I think you find very attractive, Capricorn. And maybe with this person's energy of being out there, wanting to go out there, it's pulling you out of your shell. And that's exactly what Spirit wants. So you can be more drawn to the excitement of love and romance and not wall yourself in or cage yourself in. Someone likes to walk around barefoot at their house too. When I see these things or hear these things, I just relay it to those who may be asking about who I'm talking about. And there's something about someone's thighs that someone loves. Grabbing on, holding on, touching, to let them know they're really attracted to them in that moment, right then and there, when you're sitting next to each other. And I think there's a part of you, or whoever this hermit is, that just wants to feed into that, wants to just be more impulsive, just wants to go on their passions. But I do want to say this, and this is for people who, I've been through this situation before where I fight against my feelings because being proven wrong or going through failure or whatever. We have to understand that life is a cycle of harvest and of growth. And through those growing pains, those situations were heartbreaking, were devastating even, that made you feel like you couldn't trust love again. Those were never meant to be experiences to block you and to discourage you from ever trying anything again, from putting yourself out there to experience new again. Those could have been things in different ways, karmic situations, karma that you were carrying from past lives or early on in life that Spirit finally wanted you to release of, and it had to take a closing of a door for you to kind of release it fully and to understand it. Others of you, it's because it wasn't meant for you, and if you were to pursue it, it would just take you down further down the wrong path that Spirit didn't want for you, and that's why it ended. And I know it's easier to say this on an outside perspective in hindsight. It's very much harder to see it when you're in that dark situation, that intense situation. But I think part of us as spiritual beings, we need to trust the process of our life. And yes, we'll go through some duds. We'll go through some shitty times. We'll go through some heartbreaks. But if we learn to evolve and choose to experience and to learn the lessons from all of that, it will propel us further to making the right choices, to discerning better. So why hold yourself back? I feel a lot of you are already learning or have learned the shadow energies that still try to hold you down, that still try to keep you bound. And if this person does make you feel so great, makes you feel passionate, makes your heart tingle and all those feelings of excitement come up, why not go for it and give it a shot and pursue it? Sure, there are going to be bumps in the road. Of course, that's how every connection is. But what's meant to persist, you guys will want to work on together. And I see with the Two of Cups, with the romantic feelings at the mode it is right now, they're definitely wanting to feel things out with you. What's rooted is justice, Libra energy. So again, I do feel there's divine intervention in this connection. You guys were meant to meet in this lifetime, at this time in your life, because something needs to be taken care of as far as hauntings, memories, fears, insecurities that are holding you in hermit status from experiencing love again. I'm seeing someone with very beautiful eyes, a very beautiful color of eyes, or just dreamy eyes. I don't know. Maybe some of you are dealing with someone that has Pisces rising, Scorpio rising. Maybe that's something for you guys. I don't know. But I feel with justice reading this situation here with this card that there's something being worked out here. There's something to trust here. And that I feel that Spirit does want to give you the thumbs up that we have your back. And it's okay to explore your curiosity in this. And Spirit is protecting you here as well. And any sort of thing that, is trying to intrude on this connection here, whether that's it within you with your fears or outside of you through jealous people who don't want to see you two happy, you will be protected from. And if that is within you, just do the work and to recognize it and to confront it. And then when you do, I feel the scales are tipping in your favor, Capricorn. Someone could be in law enforcement, could be a lawyer, could be studying law, interested in law. But there is something about this that Spirit wants you to know your feelings on it are correct, are right, in a higher vibration. Your energy is the Page of Pentacles, or how they may see you. Earth energy, of course, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. You may be younger in this connection, for some, with the page here, but as they view you, they're interested. I do feel like they are going to want to, or have been the ones to initiate in taking you out to dinner, out to like a nice cocktail lounge. I'm seeing like fancy cocktails for someone. I don't know if that's someone's go-to drinks, like Negronis, whatever, right? Margaritas that are upscale. They want to treat you and they want to show you. And they're serious about what this can, and their intentions with this, I want to say. And this person, their love language may be, especially with the Knight of Wands crowning this, by showing you the finer things in life, picking you up in nicer cars or taking you to nicer places or paying for the bills. That may be their form of love language that they think will attract you in some way. But, if you guys are just curious about, why they're spending this much on me, or are they trying to overdo it? Are they trying to hide something? I think their intentions are genuine. And I'll say this because their energy on their side is the King of Swords, Aquarius energy. But with the King of Swords, this is someone who is truthful, is honest, is upfront, and may even at times be a little bit blunt. And now, if they are being the hermit here, I think this person may be not the greatest at staying within their feelings and understanding their feelings. They're very logical, they're very analytical, and they try to make reasons out of everything. So if they are the ones that are kind of confronting, fears around emotions, fears around vulnerability, fears around trust, they're going through that right now, but they're learning a lot from it. And especially if you're still showing the patience, showing them that you're someone to trust, it's definitely adding to the security that they're feeling with you, the trust that's being built there. Now, if they're the ones that are more the Knight of Wands energy, and if I picked up on someone being frustrated by someone shelling up or closing in, I think they're going to ask you about it. I think they're going to confront you about it if they haven't already. Did I do something wrong? What, do you still like me? Are you interested in me? What's going on? Because they want the truth. So I do feel like, they may try to catch you off guard or just want to confront you with that, because they really are starting to feel you, Capricorn. They really are starting to develop emotions, and they don't want to waste their time if this is something you're not looking to further continue or to explore. I think there's some sort of serious conversation that they want to have with you that may address the hermit energy that might be going on in the connection. And again, if they're the ones dealing with someone jealous, a jealous ex that is, sending bad energy your way, Capricorn, they're dealing with it. They're telling them off. They're going to tell them off. And that will be the end of it, because they're choosing you for sure. Wow, Capricorn. Okay, so with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and take this to the extended reading to see what's going to happen in the very near future within the upcoming days, weeks of this connection. What are they likely to do very soon? How are they going to show it? How are they going to express it? If someone new is coming to your life, how will they show up? And we're going to just dive deeper into this whole situation of what's to come in the upcoming week specifically. I'm going to pull some oracle cards. We're going to get right on into it. So if you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box and you'll find the link to Vimeo, which will take you to the extended reading. But if this is where I depart, Capricorn, I really hope that this reading resonated with you. I hope it provided you with the clarity, insight, healing, and guidance that you're looking for by clicking on this message. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Capricorn, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Capricorn.